Bonjour everybody, welcome to New Zealand. Not really. Where are we today? We're in the 14th arrondissement. This is where I live. This is near to Montparnasse, but we are right in the Place de Denfert Rochereau. We're going to be walking around to this area of my arrondissement at the moment. Okay, and we can see a flag of New Zealand behind me. Yay! We're not in New Zealand. We're not even in Australia. There's also a kangaroo. I'll show you where we are. Who's that? Is that Judy? It's Judy. Hi Judy, it's so pleased to see you. Look, we're in Australia, Judy. No, we're at Cafe Oz. Cafe Oz is, well, there's about 4 or 5 even Cafe Oz's in Paris. And this is the one at Denfert Rochereau. Let me flip my camera around. Cafe Oz, Denfert Rochereau. Awesome place. Normally it's teeming with pub goers. There's usually seats out here. It's such an awesome place to come, and I love that it's in my neighbourhood. Cafe Oz, never been there. Well, you need to. Like I said, there's quite a few around Paris, but this one just happens to be in my neighbourhood, so it's really cool. And it's connected directly to the Gare of Denfert Rochereau, which you popped a photo of in the comments before. Hello Anne, how are you? Okay, so this Cafe Oz and the Gare of Denfert Rochereau. Okay, now the Gare is quite important because it's a major hub for international travellers. There's the RERB train goes directly from here to Charles de Gaulle Airport, and also goes to Orly Airport, which is just nearby in the south here. And we also have the bus route that goes there. Okay, so we're a bit of a mess here. They're doing lots of reconstruction work on the roads. This is where the Orly bus is. Hi Anne, lovely to see you. So for all of you Australians who might be heading back to Paris at some point, you might like to check out Cafe Oz. Either this one here, or they have one in Châtelet, and they have one in the 5th, oh no, in the 13th, sorry, and they also have another one in Grand Boulevard. Okay, we're going to head over this way now. So just down here is Boulevard Saint-Jacques, and this leads, roughly speaking, to the 13th arrondissement. Okay, and over here you'll see a great big tower, which is the Tour Montparnasse. It's the only skyscraper within Paris. Okay, I need to cross the road carefully because there's a lot of traffic waiting. Hello Lynn, it's lovely to see you. Thank you for joining us. Okay. So again, we're in the 14th arrondissement. We're at Place Denfert Rochereau. Unfortunately, this little part here is going to be a little less scenic because they are doing lots of roadworks. Okay, but I can show you perhaps this way. Now, if any of you have been to visit the catacombs, you will know where I'm walking right now, because normally the catacombs has an enormous long queue, and this is where you would be queuing if you were waiting to go to the catacombs. So let us pop around here and we'll get to the middle of the place. Okay, there's some kids out for a walk. Okay, it's going to be quite noisy here because it's a very busy intersection. Okay, and there's lots of kids too. Okay, so I'm going to give you a bit of Paris geography. Hello Anne, it's lovely to see you. We will not be going to the catacombs. Okay, so just a bit of geography. We just came down Boulevard Saint-Jacques, which goes towards the 13th. This boulevard here is Boulevard Arago. If you read my article, yes, we do have sunny skies, yes. If you read my article about pilgrimages, the Arago line starts just down here. This is also where the Paris Observatory is, which is an extremely important historical location. So it's just around the corner here. This is Avenue Denfert Rochereau, which heads directly up to Port Royal, which is the beginning of the gardens that goes towards Luxembourg Gardens. So pretty much Luxembourg Gardens is just down the end of the street here. Behind the statue here, which it's difficult to see because it's a busy road, is Boulevard Raspail, which goes through the nice swanky part of town in the 6th arrondissement. I will cross over in a moment. I won't cross over right now. Let's just talk about this statue for a moment. So this statue is a replica of the original. This is the Lion of Belfort, and this statue here was made by Monsieur Bartoli, who some of you might know was the man who did the Statue of Liberty. Okay, so this is obviously a smaller representation of his work. The Lion of Belfort is to commemorate the success at Belfort, which is in Alsace, during the Franco-Prussian War. They were supposed to cede to Germany or to Prussia, and they said no, we're not doing that, and they created their own little micronation, if you like, or a little independent state, and the lion was a symbol of their victory. So that was put here, and of course the man who headed that military campaign was Colonel Denfert Rochereau himself, and the place is named in his honour. Hi Terry, I'm so pleased you could join us. Welcome. Okay, let's turn around here. So these pavilions here, they're two pavilions. They're mirror images of each other. So if you could imagine, between the two of them, this was a gate, a toll gate that was here in the mid 1700s, and it was to collect taxes for people who were entering Paris to sell their wares. Okay, so it's to collect the octroi, which was the taxes. And they called this the Barrière d'Enfer, which means hell's barrier. So it had very negative connotations about it. Hello Margaret Redrup, it's wonderful for you to join me. I'm so excited to see you. You've been here, haven't you? Okay, so this is for some of you who have been to the catacombs, you might recognize this place. This was the original entry to the catacombs, which was kind of small and uninteresting. They have since improved it. They have prettied up this pavilion here, and now the entrance to the catacomb is here, just down here. So it's much nicer. I haven't been in it since they've done it up, but it's much nicer now, and usually when it's open we still have the huge queues, but it's definitely a lot better. Okay, so geography again. So like I said, down towards the east, towards the Luxembourg Gardens. I'm going to attempt to cross this road without getting killed. Okay, so down here is the Avenue du Général Leclerc. General Leclerc was a great military hero, especially from World War II, but also World War I. Going down towards here, you go to Elysia, which is actually my quartier, which is just down the road here, not far, and then on to Porte d'Orléans. And Porte d'Orléans is a major entrance way to Paris. Actually, the Tour de France bicycle race comes up through here, past my apartment, up through here, and on its way this way up into Paris when it comes through. Okay, so we're crossing over. Now this identical pavilion over here was recently refurbished, and it now houses the Musée de la Libération, which documents the liberation of Paris. after its occupation during World War II. It's also the museum for Jean Moulin and the General Leclerc as well. And this is the entrance to Denfert Rochereau metro. Okay, let's just quickly go over here. So we're looking towards Boulevard Raspail at the moment. And down the street here, I don't know if you can see, but it's very pretty. There's a lot of greenery down there, and that's actually the cemetery Montparnasse. And I know a lot of you were very keen on going on a cemetery tour, which I'm very happy to do. It's just down there. We won't be able to do it today because it would be our whole tour on its own. It's a pretty exciting place to go. Okay, so we're heading back down here towards towards Elysia, Porte d'Orléans. We won't go down as far as there though. Okay. So the good thing about this neighbourhood, oh hello Thomas Lucan, I'm so pleased you could join us. I was just about to talk about you. So I have been to, but prior to actually living here, I've lived in this area for 4 years now. Prior to being here, you could count on one hand how many times I'd been to this neighbourhood. And I kind of ended up here by accident, but since being here, I'm so pleased that we did come here because it's a very lively place. It's, apart from the catacombs, it's not very touristic. This is just everyday Parisian life. And because of that, even though we're still currently in lockdown, it's still actually really lively and everything's going on. I mean, if you compare it to our walk in Rue Mouffetard the other day, and even to Ile Saint-Louis, which are very touristy areas, they're pretty much dead at the moment, whereas my little corner of the world is very busy still. Okay, now we're heading into Rue Daguerre. Rue Daguerre is named after the gentleman who was one of the inventors of photography. Okay, and now this street here is our version of Rue Mouffetard and Rue Montorgueil, Rue Claire. So each arrondissement has its own little market type street, and this is our one here. Usually this cafe would be bustling with people, but it will be open soon. On the 19th of May, all the terraces will be open, so we're so excited about that. Okay, so let's head down this beautiful little street. So it's nice to see, it's good to see that all of these things are considered essential. Like all this wine, for example. So let me know if there's anything you want to look at. May 19th, yes Judy, May 19th. Actually, as of the 3rd of May, we are allowed to travel outside 10 kilometres, so that's as of Monday, which means I could potentially go somewhere outside of Paris if I wanted to, if you wanted to go for a walk somewhere, and I do actually have somewhere in mind that I'd really like to go. So if you like cheese, there's a nice fromagerie here. Lots of wine here. Yes, and on the 19th of May, terrace will be opening, and where else? Museums will be opening, and theatres and cinemas. So that announcement was made just last night. We're very, very excited about that. Lots of strawberries at the moment. We might have to make another Charlotte aux fraises, Thomas. Somebody said they've never seen white asperge or asparagus before. We have both. Yay, isn't it exciting, Judy? I love all of the seafood. Look at those crabs, aren't they huge? I don't know if they're still alive, but it's kind of freaky when you see them moving. Hello Monique, it's so great to see you. Okay, now this place here is a little bit of a shame in my opinion, but that's called La Meringue, and they do meringues. But they say they do pavlovas, but as a lot of us here are, I wish you could smell the cheese shops, yeah. If you're a purist like most of us Kiwi Australians here, I wouldn't put too much trust in their pavlovas. Apparently they do pavlovas. In fact, there's a pavlova there, can you see it? So, what about purple asparagus? I haven't seen purple, just the green and the white. Ça va? What? Ça va the pavlovas, Thomas? Okay, Nicola. Nicola's like Starbucks. You have one on every corner. That's the wine shop. They're great because they have New Zealand wines. Well, just a couple, but just enough for us. Lots of fruit and veggie shops down here. Lots of specialty shops. Oh, I wanted to show you this. You know that boucherie that have horses above them? It meant that they sold horse meat. Don't know if they still sell horse meat here. They definitely sell rabbit and lots of other bird-like creatures, and these are always like. Now, Judy, you wish you could smell this. This is incredible. Yum yum. I love those. Okay, we have another fromager here, which is very swanky looking. You get a lot of Asian shops selling Asian food, which I really enjoy. There's a Greek one. Oh, there's Le Chocolat Alain Ducasse. I know you wanted to have a look at one of those. Rabbit, four-legged chicken. Yes, that's right, Margaret. They're all good, aren't they? Okay, this cafe's usually pumping with people, but at least they've been serving takeaway for all of this time. Okay, this is the Maison de la Pâte, so they sell pasta, fresh pasta. Okay, I wanted to show you this. Somebody said they wanted to see a boulangerie. Well, this is a pretty amazing, awesome example of a boulangerie. This is Maison Thévenin. Thévenin, is that right, Thomas? Maison Thévenin. So we have some meringue, some tuiles. Oh, these they've made especially for Fête de Muguet. By the way, tomorrow is the 1st of May, which is Fête du Travail, Labour Day. It's also the Fête de Muguet, which is a very important day. It's kind of like a Valentine's Day, but for your friends. So everyone will be giving out muguet, which is lily of the valley. Look at these beautiful, beautiful patisserie. Thomas, here's a forêt noire. And a fraisier. Bit of fraisier. And a tarte. Wow, fantastic. Okay, I think this has probably got to be the one of the most beautiful patisserie in our neighbourhood. Okay, let's move on before we get too hungry. Oh, we've run out of time. Okay. This is a place that specialises in foie gras and all associated foods. I forgot to note that Amarina is just here. Amarina is fast becoming one of the biggest foreign ice cream shops in Paris. And let's head down here. I just want to get to the end of the street here. Lily of the Valley, yes, that's Muguet. So tomorrow is the Fête de Muguet, or the Fête du Bonheur, meaning happiness. Truffles, yes. So when I think of truffles, I think of the chocolate variety, but of course there's also the mushroom variety as well. Okay. The last thing I wanted to show you is the Merveille Du Freit. This shop is also having lots and lots of new shops opening up all around Paris, and this is one of its most recent. They have these beautiful chandeliers in all of their shops, which are to die for. I just love the chandeliers. But what they make of these things, they're called Merveille Du Freit. They're basically meringue with, oh here, we'll show you exactly what they are. See, you can watch them being made. So you get a meringue and you have this really delicious cream, which they put them together, they sandwich two of them together with this cream, and then they coat it with whatever, and they have different flavour varieties. They're pretty amazing. And there's some that have been finished, and they are making up the mix. So in the kitchen you get to watch them making them. They make little ones and big ones. So anyway, that 15 minutes always goes so fast. I just need to show you a shop down here. Down the end here you can see the corner of the Montparnasse Cemetery, and you can also see the Fondation Cartier, which is the modern art, contemporary art museum. So yeah. And down this way, I would have headed towards our actual market square in our mairie, but we've run out of time, so I won't. Anyway, that's just a small part of my neighbourhood here in Paris in 14th arrondissement. I hope you enjoyed it. I really enjoyed showing it to you. I'm really proud of it actually, so that's really cool. Thank you again for joining me, and I hope to see you on my next walk, which I haven't decided where, so if you really have somewhere you want me to go, let me know in these comments or other comments, and we'll sort something out for next Tuesday. Okay, take care everyone. Thank you all for joining me. It was great to see you. Bye.